Welcome back, guys. This is ICANN7200. In last video, we talked about the factions, and I looked it up, and I finally figured it out. It is 2 a.m. PT tomorrow when they are coming out, which would be 4 a.m. in my time. I don't know. You're gonna have to look up yourself what time it'll come in. But 4 a.m. tomorrow, God, my luck. It could have been any time, October, but it is coming tomorrow. So, talk about the factions. There is only two, as far as I know, because I ain't an expert in Destiny. But there's only two factions: Dead Orbit and Future War Cult. And many people know Future War Cult is basically space, whatever, time travel, because they're all futuristic and crap. But that was in Destiny 1, so you never know what their vendor shit is gonna be. It could be anything. But the main question is, well, what happened to New Monarchy? New Monarchy was one of the best. I liked it more than Future War Cult, but Dead Orbit was my favorite. Because Dead Orbit gave you the best snipers, and of course some of the best auto rifles came from Dead Orbit. I didn't like Future War Cult because they didn't have any auto rifles. All they had was burst, aka pulse rifles, and hand cannons, sidearms, and maybe rocket launchers. In Dead Orbit, they had every single gun except hand cannons and sidearms. I'm not a sidearm person, honestly, but some people are. But mainly, getting off track here. The main point of this video is just to describe what it was back then and what it is now. Dead Orbit, leaded by a mysterious guy. I'd say he's a little crucible, if I had to say anything. But there are future events coming up past the factions. The factions are just the beginning, because Iron Banner's coming. Don't forget about, there's going to be new bosses, there's going to be a whole bunch of new strikes. PvP is going to get a big boost up in October, maybe November. Not to mention the expansions haven't even came out yet. So the game is just starting off to have some fun. And yeah, you're going to get bored, but if you get bored, then just go load up with some friends and just do some stuff. Like earlier, before I started doing videos of Destiny 2, I was farming for exotics in the caves and legendaries in the caves. People say, oh, it's so boring. Well, of course it's boring. The game just came out like a few weeks ago. It's gonna be boring because it's new. And new doesn't always mean it's gonna be perfect. After all, the main thing came into the story. And the story was amazing. But there was one thing missing from the story that they forgot to mention. Ghaul isn't the real boss, even though you lose him at the end. Because if he was the real boss, he wouldn't be so easy to beat, like Oryx was so easy to beat. Ghaul is what you call a pawn or a mini boss, but they really don't tell you an actual boss. They just say Ghaul is the one that takes over Earth, hashtag a world without light. But I'm rambling on. Okay, let's get back to the factions. The factions, they are an important role to get exotics and in legendary engrams. And Destiny 1, they made it where you could get Motes of Light to upgrade your faction. But no spoilers, because this is actually proven fact. There is no Mote of Light. So, you might have to get faction tokens, I'm guessing. But, maybe. Well, I hope they still do the patrols, where you do the patrols and you get some good stuff. And they might even do bright engrams. Nah, that wouldn't do that. And don't forget, you can't donate weapon parts or armor parts anymore. They might make it with gunsmith materials or like that. And then you got the mysterious, really mysterious, the loot. Nah, I lost track. Never mind. Scrap that out. There was a hint or rumor that they would be bringing strange coins. Nope, they won't be bringing strange coins, because strange coins are no interest as they're now. And they are not ever, probably never, ever bringing back SRL. Getting off topic again, sorry. But factions, there's not that much different that there's going to be in factions, because they just rushed to the factions because it's just an early update, because people were getting mad that the servers kept on going down, even though they've only went down 3 or 4 times. Maybe not even that. Maybe 2 or 3. And if you want a game to get better, you don't want glitches, because the main problem with the servers were because you weren't getting XP for certain shit. And by that, I mean you weren't getting clan XP for public events. And that is annoying, because you try and leveling up your clan is very important in this game, because it's much better. It's much better than the first one, because you didn't have to upgrade your clan, and it wasn't important to upgrade your clan, because there was the old year 1 thing. Okay, getting off topic. I'll explain all this in the next video. Factions. If there was one thing I did not like about the factions, it's that the Mote of Light were annoying. It took you forever to raise that little bar up to get some Motes of Light, unless you're one of those people that farm for Motes of Light, which is annoying. I ain't a person that likes to farm for stuff I don't really need. Getting off topic again. There will be different stuff though, because considering that they got rid of a faction, they're probably gonna improve the factions a lot. But cause you don't just get a faction. And they might bring New Monarchy back later. They probably forgot. I honestly don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert of Destiny. I'm just a guy that knows the basics. And if there was one thing that was very interesting in the factions in year 1, it was the exotic quests for the gear. And if that's where you can put those Titan marks, those the Warlock Bond and the cloak for the exotic quests. But then again, they were a little difficult if you're one of those people that didn't understand. Because anything Like Bungie usually says, they don't give you anything, you have to earn it, and they're not gonna give you things like they did in Destiny 1. Like, you ain't gonna get 3 exotic Engrams. You gonna have to work for it. There ain't no easy way out anymore. You're gonna have to work for it. Like when you're doing the factions, it's probably gonna be a little harder than Destiny 1, because all you have to do is get Motes of Light, and then you could upgrade your faction really quick. They ain't gonna do that, because Xur's not selling stuff where you can upgrade your character. The main concern around the factions is whether there will be exotic quest lines, more powerful gear, and of course, whether or not you can even hurry up and rush it, because Xur used to sell Mote of Light, and used to spell special weapon and heavy weapon, but you can't do that anymore. There's no Mote of Light, there's no heavy or special or primary weapon synthesis, so it's not gonna be that easy. And you can't be lazy in these type of games, or you won't get anything out of it, except that you get very, very lucky. And that doesn't happen that often. Okay. I think I've covered the basics of the factions, except that there will be no easy way out. Because there's nothing easy about Destiny 2. In Destiny 1, you didn't have to wait till a certain level to do a certain story. Well, on Taken King, I'm pretty sure you did. Maybe the story, I honestly can't remember. Activision helped with Bungie on this one. And that's why this will be harder. Because Activision and Bungie are both not pushovers. They will make you work hard for shit. And coming to my last segment, factions will not let's see, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, basically, factions are gonna be coming tomorrow at my time at 4 AM CT, 2 AM PT, and so on and so on. And next time, see you next time.